Lovely learners in Learning Land, Tyler from 10thumbspro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a lesson. Today I'm going to help you improvise and compose a blues solo that sounds like a professional blues solo. Printable tabs for this tutorial up here by becoming a Patreon, links in the notes, links in the description as well. A link to the specific tab is pinned in the first comment of the comment section as well as timestamps. Additional links including my email in the description if you want some one-on-one lessons via Zoom or Skype. Once you're ready to shred, grab your ukulele, brain and attention span, follow me on in, and let's do some soloing. Blues in A. If you know how to strum through a blues in A, that would be even better. A7, D7, E7. First four measures of A. 2, 3, 4 to D7 for two measures, 5, 6, back to A7 for 7 and 8, 7, 8, 9 is an E7, 10 is a D7, 11 is an A7, and 12 is an E7. So you would just play that in a circle over and over and over again on your phone, on GarageBand or whatever, because that is what you're going to be soloing over. Now, we're going to be using the first two shapes of the A minor pentatonic. Shape 1, if you have a low G, would be O2. We're playing high G, so we start on the C, O2, O3, O3. Shape 2, if you have your low Gs, 2-5. Then onto the C string, 2-4, 3-5, 3-5. So what we want to do is we want to be able to use these scale shapes to play a blues solo, but one that doesn't sound like a scale and it sounds like we intentionally crafted a professional blues solo. Well, how do we do that? We want to pay attention to specific notes on the fretboard when they're playing over the chords. So, for example, the first four measures are over the A7. We have an A note here on the 5th fret of our E string that's great to resolve our licks on. The most important note in your lick isn't the first note, it's actually the last note. So you want to try to aim and land on this A note when you're playing over this A7. Now later on in your blues soloing career, you will see that you can resolve with different chord tones. The A7 has an A, a C sharp, an E, and a G note, and you can resolve over any of those notes. But when you're first learning this concept, resolving on the A note over the A7 is not only the easiest, but it's also the easiest for your ear to hear, and it's the strongest. So why don't we go ahead and just play that lick? We're going to slide 2 to 4 on the C string. We're going to play 3 to 5, 3 in the A string, back to 5, back to 3, then 5, 5. So really slow. And that lick is only a measure. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let it ring out. So you would just play those, and even though that's only one measure, you can go ahead and when you're first learning this concept, let it ring out for the measure after that. So that would strum through 4 times, and you'd start on the first beat. Right, so you let that ring out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And then the harmony underneath goes to the D7. So let's just go ahead and play those two riffs like we're jamming over the first two chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the harmony switches to the D7. And what we're going to do is we're going to resolve the next lick over the D. Again, D7. D is the root note, and we have a D right here on the 5th fret of our A string. So the next lick sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Slide 2 to 4, 3, 5 on the E string, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can do more complicated phrasing, all right? D isn't the only note that you can resolve a D on. You could resolve on a C because a D7 has a C note, right? It also has an A note, so you could resolve on the A. This is just what I would call phrasing 101. This is just resolving on the root notes. This is the easiest way for you beginners out there learning to craft a solo to get your solos to sound sharp and on point. After you feel confident with resolving on the roots, I encourage you to learn the other resolutions and take it further. In fact, we'll do another video on more advanced phrasing, but this is the start of your phrasing. As you become more and more confident with it, mix the licks up. Improvise your own lick just over that D7, land on that D. Now you'll notice here though, we're not going to wait until the change for the A7 for the next lick. The next lick sounds like this. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. This one starts on the D7 while it's playing. So you got changes the D7, measure 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't have to wait until the first beat to start your lick. This is a great example of that. This lick starts on the 4th beat of the D7. And what we're doing by starting on the D7 is we are playing over the change, which gives more flow to your piece. This piece, by only like the first 4 measures, for example, a riff on the first beat, a riff on the 3rd beat, they're exactly the same. It's basic resolution to help you, the learner, but there is not a lot of flow in that. Flow would be starting on the 4th beat before or starting on the 3rd beat of the actual measure. If you always start on the 1 and always finish on the 1, it's going to sound a little robotic. So another thing is, as you're developing your phrasing, feel free to start and stop on the 1st beat, on the 2nd beat. You'll notice actually our first lick finishes on the and after the 4. That's very intentional to try to give the solo a little more movement. After that, we return to our original lick. But this time we finish on the 4th beat. 1 and 2 and 3. Well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So then we're in the turnaround, last 4 measures. E7, D7, A7, E7. The E7 and the D7 we're going to outline by resolving on the E note here, 7th fret of the A string, and the D note here. Now I know this E note is outside of the 1st and 2nd shape, but it's just a whole step up from this D. So what we're going to do is a similar motif. The lick we play over the E7 is going to be very similar to the one over the D7. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th tied at 7. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 pull up. So what we're doing here on the E7, resolving on that 3, we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. When it goes to the D7, same thing, we just don't slide. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then at the end, we just do a classic turnaround. Classic turnarounds work great in your solos. Open A string, 4th fret of the C and the A, 3rd fret of the C and the A, 2nd fret, open C, hammer on the 1st, open A, mute on the 2nd beat, 2, E7 on the and, then on the 4th beat you can either mute again or strum the A7. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, pull a mute, and 2, boom. And then you're in the top or your second round for your solo. As you're soloing a 12-bar blues, you want to do your solos 12 bars at a time. So a turnaround is also a great way to put an exclamation point on the end of your solo. That's right, that's how you craft an easy solo. So that is how you craft a professional sounding solo using the root notes of each of these chords to resolve your lick over that to make your solo sound like it sticks to the harmony, and a couple hints and previews of how to take that to the next level. So we'll do another video on other resolutions and how to make a solo much more in depth. And then maybe we should even do a solo lesson on how to analyze solos so you can learn your favorite solo from your favorite player and take it to the next level. But this is very basic phrasing, and it's going to help your soloing, and it's going to help you craft your solos. So now that you got it, Google or go to YouTube and search blues backing in A, and then just jam this out and just feel it out to the point where you can improvise knowing you have an A note here, a D note here, and an E note here. And you're able to use those points of resolution fluidly through improvisation. That should be your immediate goal. All right. Until next time, thank you so much for watching to the end. 10thumbspro.com. Have a lovely day. Keep it cool. Keep it real. Until next time, friends. Take care. Cool, everyone. Thank you so much for soloing to the end with me. I really, really appreciate you learning with us. 10thumbspro.com, new ukulele every single Wednesday and Saturday. Subscribe so you can take your playing to the next level. Think about becoming a Patreon. It's $1 a lesson, but you can set a cap on how many lessons you pay for. With that, you have unlimited downloads, more tiers, get more goodies. And until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Have a lovely day, and we'll catch you next Wednesday or Saturday. Take care, everybody. Keep it tasty.